dedicated their life to this religion, but they'll just completely ignore it in this moment of crisis and all that. And I'm like, every time I see that, especially in Hollywood movies, it's where people are like, my religion says I can't do this, but I have to do it right now, which I understand can happen. But it just gets used so much. And I thought it was really refreshing to see somebody actually be like, no, this is what I believe, and I'm not going to circumvent that for any reason. Even if what I'm doing right now might seem dumb or immoral or whatever.
Yeah.
I believe more in that we'll have bad times from this than I would from taking the easy way right now, even if it's good now. And let me say, I'm not a religious person at all.
Yeah, me
but
neither.
I just think, like, I just believe that that is a much more honest and earnest and, like, more even view of religion. Because,
Yeah.
that's just what I believe. And we'll talk more about the specifics of that decision
Yeah.
in spoilers, but it looks fucked to live in Iran.
It does. Definitely not like, well, like everyone, I think, when you hear Iran, you just think war.
Absolutely.
There was no war in this movie. Like, you don't really see it. She just talks about how the circumstances are not good to
Which
raise
isn't
a
even
child.
really about the war. It's more about the fact that they have a daughter in an intensely patriarchal society.
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of talk of like, oh, you didn't get your husband's permission. Where's your husband? Why didn't your husband know about this? And all that sort of thing. Just over and over again. The women all have to wear, we didn't look up the names of all the different ones, various coverings and headdresses.
Yeah.
And things like that. Whether it just be the one that Simin has that is just like a basic, it just goes over her head and wraps around her shoulder. Or the ones that Razia and her daughter, who are more religious, have. And it's like, when they're outside, it's like the full on.
Yeah, they've got like almost
face.
like 3 different
They're
like
not
head wraps on.
They're not hijabs.
No,
I think,
I don't think so.
Or burqas, because they cover everything.
Yeah.
But this is just like a full covering of the head and shoulders and back, and it wrapped around the front a lot of the time as well.
She sort of like tucked it under her arms.
Yeah.
And like held it at the front. Yeah.
I think that was more of an impromptu one. But the other one was sort of fastened to her, it looked. And the little girl, hers was like tapered down at the shoulders, same as the older girl when she was at school.
Yeah, and when they're out, like the little girl wears it down, but then as soon as they get inside a house, she sort of like flips it back, so it's not like fully on her anymore.
Yeah, and if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the full episode coming out this Sunday. Just follow the links in the description. Episodes release every Sunday at around midday Australian Eastern Standard Time. Please follow Cash vs. Trash on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, and like, rate, review, and ring the bell. Thank you. Goodbye.